Good evening, everyone. We're going to begin the presentation now. I'm going to ask those that can, please stand in recognition of the colors coming in. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. I'd like to welcome our special guest to sing the national anthem, my niece, Madeline Nelson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance.
Honor God, post, color. Thank you, everybody.
Take your seats now, please. Thank you. evening, everyone. I'd like to thank you for coming tonight. This is a really special night to recognize and honor the brave men and women that service our town. Tonight is about honoring you officers by letting them get pinned by the families, being recognized as new police officers serving the town, those who have earned promotions, and those who have earned various awards. So I'd like to thank you for coming and taking time out of your night. We're also going to be recognizing several community groups tonight as well. With that, we would like to call the town manager, Jane Wellman, to take the stage, please.
Good evening. The chief asked that I roast him this evening. I have nothing funny to say. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what I'm sure will be a powerful evening celebrating the best and brightest of Reading's police and fire services. It is my privilege to have been asked here by Chief Clark and Chief Nelson, and an honor to serve Reading alongside them and all our employees. A few years back, I was asked why I love public service. Some of you have heard me say this before, but in a time when our zip codes can determine how long we live, public service directly contributes to that longevity. Literally, how long we enjoy our families, our homes, and our community is tied to the place where we choose to invest our lives. So what contributes to that longevity? What makes one zip code safer than another? Studies point to access to healthcare and good food, quality education, walkability, housing cost burden, things like that. But there is another essential factor: the quality of your public safety departments. It's not just that someone shows up when you call 911, it is the caliber of the training, judgment, and professionalism behind the person who walks through your door. Reading has long prided itself on being at the top of the pyramid when it comes to the training, education, and professionalism of our fire and police departments. We are the envy of communities around the world, believe it or not just because of the equipment we invest in, but because of the commitment to excellence we see from every employee, the leadership teams who plan the training and support the investments, and the community that consistently backs the budgets we need to sustain this work. If tonight has a theme, it is this: excellence is not accidental, it is intentional. It comes from countless hours of preparation, from mentorship, from teamwork, and from a deep-rooted sense of responsibility to the people of Reading. Our officers and firefighters, our dispatchers, our coalition, don't just respond to emergencies, they work every day to prevent them. They show up for the medical calls, the difficult conversations, the quiet moments no one notices, and sometimes town hall. And they do it with humility, skill, and integrity. We also recognize that no one succeeds in public safety alone. Families, friends, and loved ones make real sacrifices so these women and men can serve. You shoulder late nights, the missed holidays, and the uncertainty. Your support makes this work possible, and this community is grateful to you. Tonight's honorees represent the highest ideals of their professions. They distinguish themselves in a group that already operates at an exceptional level. Whether they are receiving recognition for bravery, leadership, community engagement, or outstanding performance, each has made Reading safer, stronger, and more resilient. As we move through the program, I encourage all of us to reflect on what their work truly means. It means a child who got home safely, a family comforted in a moment of fear, a crisis that never escalated because someone was trained, calm, and ready. These moments are not just stories, they are the fabric of a community that takes care of its own. Thank you.
Sorry, last minute logistics as always. This is what we do. All right, so on for the part of the program, we're going to be doing our badge pinning for those that are promoted, and then for the new employees to the town. So this evening, we're going to start with Captain Scott Dole. Because, Scott, we're gonna talk first and then call everybody up. Change from last year. He was paying attention. Good job. Scott was hired in 1999. He got promoted to lieutenant in June of 2023, and in March 16th of this year, he was promoted to captain. So Scott has served many roles in the department. In 2007, he first stepped into the role of training officer. Now, training is one of the most important responsibilities in the fire service. It shapes not only how we respond, but also how we operate. He's also a founding member of the Regional Technical Rescue Team and continues to serve as part of that team's training staff. That work requires dedication, technical knowledge, patience, and the ability to teach difficult skills in high-risk environments. 2008, Scott became a paramedic, adding another level of service and expertise to his role. That same year, he was part of a group of 4 off-duty firefighters who saved a man who was choking at a dinner event. And as now, the 2 longest tenured members of the department, this is also a little bit personal to me. So Scott and I have a history that goes back further than our own careers. Our dads were high school friends and worked together at the RMLD. Scott's dad brought civil service applications to my dad. Phil Dole went on to become a Reading firefighter, and my dad became a Reading police officer. Our families were long connected to public service before either one of us put on a uniform. Later, Scott and I became ambulance partners, and every morning at the start of their shift, we used to joke about who had to be Batman and who had to be Robin. Batman was the responsible one. I think we both got to be Batman now. While we could joke about that, the truth is this promotion comes with real responsibility. The rank of captain is not just about authority. It's about leadership, judgment, accountability, and example. It's about taking care of your people, making hard decisions, and carrying the trust of the department and the community. Scott, your dad will be proud of the man you've become. He'll be proud of the firefighter that you've been, and he'll be proud of the fire officer you're becoming. On behalf of the department, I want to congratulate you on your promotion to captain. Scott? When they come up, families are welcome to come up too. Yeah. Take me out. Congratulations, Scott. Next is Lieutenant Eric, how do we say your last name? Bulio. I don't want to get it wrong. So Eric was hired in Reading in 2016, and he was promoted to lieutenant June 19th of 2025. Eric came to the Reading Fire Department with years of valuable experience, having served both the Newbury and Rockport Fire Departments. During his time with Newbury Fire, Eric had already achieved the rank of lieutenant. He came to us with an understanding of leadership, responsibility, and the expectations of becoming a fire officer. Well, since joining Reading, Eric has made a strong and positive impact on the department. He has brought experience and willingness to help whenever needed. He has served as a mentor to our newer firefighters, helping them learn the job, understand the culture, and develop the skills and confidence they need to succeed. That kind of mentorship matters. In the fire service, we learn from books, drills, and classes, but we also learn from the people beside us. We learn from their attitude, their habits, their work ethic, and the way they treat others. Eric has been one of those people who helps make the people around him better. Eric has also stepped up to assist the department in practical and important ways, including helping recertify CPR certificates, and that may not always be the most visible work, but it's certainly essential work. During 2023, Eric was part of one of those calls that firefighters remember for the rest of their lives. He assisted with the delivery and care of a baby girl right on the ramp of fire headquarters. Most of the time, people come to us on what may be the worst day of their life. But every once in a while, we get to be part of the beginning of a life. That is a special moment. And Eric played an important role in making sure the mother and baby were cared for. Eric brings a lot to the department: experience, professionalism, patience, and a positive attitude. And every now and then, he also brings a killer mustache. Joking aside, that positive attitude is important. Firehouse culture is shaped every day by the people in it, and Eric has a way of contributing to that culture in a way that is steady, helpful, and genuine. He understands the work, he supports his people, and he approaches the job with the right mindset. Lieutenant is responsible not only for getting the job done, but for taking care of the people doing the job. It requires judgment, accountability, communication, and the ability to lead by example. Eric has already demonstrated many of those qualities. Eric, congratulations on promotion to lieutenant. We're proud to recognize your service, your leadership, and your commitment to the Reading Fire Department.
It's tough when you follow the tall chief because you have to lower the microphone to have you be able to hear. No. Next, we're going to be celebrating one of our promotions, Sergeant Noah Clark. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's an excellent last name. He must be so fortunate to have it. Unfortunately, he's not related to me, but he does share a magical last name with me. He was hired by the Reading Police Department in 2021. Prior to that, he served for the Nahant Police Department for over 11 years before joining us. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2025. He currently has his master's degree in criminal justice from UMass Lowell. And Noah has served a lot of different roles for the police department. He served as the licensing officer, helping with the license to carry firearms. He was the fleet manager, kept the fleet up and running, make sure we got what needed to get done. And currently he serves as a drone operator with the new drone unit. He is a firearms instructor, teaching all of the officers their firearms. He was a field training officer, mentoring our new and young officers coming out of the academy. And he's also a certified car seat technician, helping people make sure that their car seats are safe, put in correctly. He wears a lot of hats with the police department. We're very fortunate to have him, and what he's worked up to be, we know will only carry in the future with his rank to sergeant and hopefully in the future. He's going to be pinned tonight by his wife, Hillary, so we ask him to come up on stage and join us.
All right, Chief, I won't move the microphone. I'll just yell louder. All right, Lieutenant Andrew Smith. He was hired in May of 2022 and promoted to Lieutenant March 28th of 2026. A promotion in the fire service is not just a change in title. It's a statement of trust. It means that the department has confidence in someone's character, judgment, experience, and his ability to leave others in service to the community. Andrew brings a strong foundation to this role. Before joining the Reading Fire Department, Andrew gained valuable experience with both Hamilton and Onset Fire Departments. Experience matters. Every department, every community, and every assignment helps shape a firefighter's perspective. Andrew came to us with a broader view of the job and an understanding of how different departments operate, train, and serve. Andrew has also shown a clear commitment to professional development. He attended the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland, one of the premier training institutions in the fire service. Taking part in that level of training reflects a desire to grow, improve, and bring knowledge back to the department. In addition, Andrew holds multiple technical rescue certifications. Technical rescue work requires discipline, patience, precision, and the ability to operate in complex and high-risk environments, those same qualities that are important in leadership. But leadership is not only built through fire service training and certifications, it's also built through service, character, and willingness to help others. As a young man, Andrew spent 2 weeks volunteering with Habitat for Humanity, helping construct housing for disabled veterans. Long before he held rank in the fire service, Andrew was already willing to give his time and effort to serve people who had served others. That kind of commitment reflects the values we hope to see in every fire officer: service, humility, hard work, and respect for the people that we are here to help. Andrew, you step into this role, your crew will look for you for direction. New firefighters will look at you for guidance. The department will look for you to uphold our expectations. And the community will continue to count on you to provide calm, professional, and compassionate service that they deserve. Andrew, congratulations on your promotion to lieutenant. We're proud to recognize your service, your professionalism, and your commitment to the Reading Fire Department. Andrew Smith. You earned it.
Good evening. We're going to recognize firefighter Tristan McPherson. Tristan, to your family, your friends, honored guests, thank you for being here today. Your presence means more than you know. Tristan was appointed to the Reading Fire Department on June 23, 2025. He is a graduate of the Massachusetts Firefighting Career Recruit Class 332. Tristan is an experienced paramedic who happens to be a legacy EMS provider in the Metro Boston area. Yet, he's paving his own path with distinction. Tristan, that badge being pinned on your chest today, it's not just a piece of metal. It is a symbol of everything you sacrificed to earn it. Every early morning, every grueling drill, every moment you thought about quitting but didn't. That badge represents all of it. Wear it with pride, wear it with humility, and never forget the weight of what it means. From this day forward, you are part of something bigger than yourself. You're part of this department, part of this community, and part of the brotherhood and sisterhood that stretches across this nation. People will call for help on their worst day of their lives, and you will answer it. That is not a small thing. That is everything. Congratulations, Tristan.
When we look to hire somebody to become a police officer in the town of Reading, we're looking for what we consider the perfect candidate. We're looking for somebody that wants to do police work, wants to go out there, wants to make traffic stops, wants to arrest the bad guys, but also realizing that a traffic stop isn't about ticketing somebody and hammering somebody. It's an educational experience. It's about educating somebody in enforcing the rules. We also look for people that want to serve the community, that believe in community service, and want to help be part of a greater community. Reading is a fantastic place to work. It's an amazing place to be here, and we've been very lucky that we have officers that are transferring to us from other agencies because we want to be part of a better community. So because they want to come to us and they're shopping for us as well, we want to make sure we have a great investment. So we are hiring the best of the best, and that's what you're going to see in these next 3 hires that we have coming up here. They are the best of the best. They go through a strong interview, very, very thorough background. We make sure we're putting the right people out there to protect all of you. With that, one of our newest hires is Officer Adam Elmore. Officer Elmore was hired in 2025 by us, but before that he worked for the Middlesex Sheriff's Office for 3 years. He then worked for the Raleigh Police Department for 2 years, then he worked for the Georgetown Police Department for 1 year, and then we stole him from Georgetown. By the way, your former chief is still not talking to me. We're very fortunate to have Adam here. He did live in Reading for a while. He's got contacts in Reading, experience in Reading, and he wanted to come and serve what he considered a great community. And while he works for the other agencies, he's committed here and he wants to stay here. We're very fortunate to have him. And I know he's been working hard, being with family, working the shift work, and he's put himself back in college to finish his degree. And like I said, we're very happy to have him part of our agency. Well, Officer Adam Elmore and his wife, Kristen, please come up. And Brooklyn and Isaiah are going to be joining him. We weren't sure how they're going to do tonight, so we kind of, it's kind of a game time decision.
Oh, she's been practicing.
Wow.
Next, I get the privilege of introducing firefighter Joseph Wilson. Joe was appointed to the Reading Fire Department on August 11th, 2025. He's a graduate again of the Massachusetts Fire Academy Career Recruit Class 313. Joe is also a graduate of the University of Massachusetts Lowell and holds a master's degree in Homeland Security from the Arizona State University. Joe is an experienced paramedic who we acquired from the town of Westford, a feat that they are still not happy about. And I must say, having the privilege of working with Joe this past year, I understand why they're still upset. They definitely want their number 73 back, but I told them to pound sand. We'll see how that goes. You'll hear a theme repeated with me. Joe, That badge being pinned on your chest today is not just a piece of metal, it is a symbol of everything you sacrificed to earn it. Again, every early morning, every grueling drill, every moment you thought about quitting but you didn't, that badge represents it. Wear it, buddy, with pride, wear it with humility, and never forget the weight of what it means. From this day forward, you are part of something bigger than yourself. You are part of this department, part of our community, and part of the brother and sisterhood that stretches across this great nation. People will call you for help on their worst day, and you will answer that call, and that is not a small thing. That, again, is everything. Joe Wilson.
Again, with new hires, we are looking for the best of the best. And when we can, we do, I hate to use the word steal as the police chief, but we do steal from other agencies to bring them here. We're very fortunate to have this other officer who is actually a Reading kid, grew up in Reading, and wanted to come back to his hometown to serve his hometown after serving another agency. Zach Castiglione had been hired by us in August of 2025. He was worked for the Londonderry, New Hampshire Police Department for 3 years, where he was on their motorcycle unit, and wanted to come back. He has his Bachelor's of Finance from UMass Lowell, and since he's been here, he's already made an impact for the department out there with the public, and he's volunteered for any time we have any activity with the Special Olympics, a cause that I know is near and dear to his heart. He's always wanted to volunteer and go out there and serve, doing exactly what he wants to do, giving back to the community he grew up in, the community that gave him so much, and we're very happy to have him with us, and looking forward to him joining our motorcycle unit this summer. So he's going to be pinned tonight by his girlfriend, Casey. So Officer Castiglione, please come up.
Just pretend.
Next, I get to introduce to you firefighter Jake DiGiovanni. Much like Joe, we acquired Jake from another professional organization, and Jake was appointed here at the Reading Fire Department on August 19th, 2025. Jake came to us from the Salem, New Hampshire Fire Department, and Jake, actually, when I was reading your stuff, you're a bit of a vagabond. Oh, there was like, what's this, number 4? From your career when you started out in Epping? Yep, excellent. So Jake comes to us with a boatload of experience, which is pretty awesome. Jake came to us again from the Salem, New Hampshire Fire Department, where he developed his skills on the fire ground, honed his edge as a paramedic serving this thriving New Hampshire community. When Jake came to the Reading Fire Department, he hit the ground running, and he's not looked back since. A graduate of both the New Hampshire Fire and the Massachusetts Fire Academy career recruit programs, Jake is well poised to protect the citizens of Reading. Jake is a graduate of the University of New Hampshire and the Pro Center for Medics. Jake, there'll be a quiz, by the way, on my words after, so you'll probably have it down by the next one. Jake, that badge being pinned on your chest today is not just a piece of metal. It is a symbol of everything you sacrificed to earn it. Every early morning, every grueling drill, every moment you thought about quitting but you didn't, that badge represents all of it. Wear it with pride, wear it with humility, and never forget the weight of what it is. From this day forward, you are part of something bigger than yourself. You are part of this department, part of our community, and part of the brotherhood and sisterhood that stretches across this nation. People will call for you help on the worst day of their lives, Jake, and you will answer that, and that is not a small thing. That is everything. Firefighter Jake DiGiovanni.
Now, we can't always borrow or take police officers from other agencies. Every so often, we do have to hire people that we need to send to the academy. And again, when we're looking for somebody who has the right makeup, somebody who wants to do the job, that's coming here for the right reasons, wants to be a police officer to serve, to help people, and make a difference. We hire a new officer, we send them through multiple rounds of interviews. Every single time we interviewed this individual, we liked him better and better and better, to the point when we had the final interview with the town manager, we were like, this is a no-brainer, let's just hire him. He was that good. We're very thrilled to have him. Comes from kind of a unique background, and we know he's going to serve the town of Reading well. We're very happy, very lucky to have him. Officer Jordan Reyes de Leon was hired by the police department in 2025, attended the academy up in Haverhill. He recently graduated. He is still on field training, so he's out there with the field training officer, learning Reading, learning the way we do things, but he has been a fantastic asset to us already. He has his bachelor's in business management from Dean College, and he speaks Spanish. And like I said, we're very happy to have him. Thrilled he chose us, as well as we chose him and made an investment in him. He's going to be pinned tonight by his mom, Marilis de Leon. Jordan Reyes, please come up to the stage.
All right, back again. This time I get to introduce a fine young man, Mason Pazzial. Although I got to tell you a quick little story. When we were interviewing Mason, we knew we had a great candidate on our hand. We knew we had a really good person. And then we asked Mason to tell us a little bit about yourself. So we thought we were going to get maybe like Mason now. He starts out with, I was born to 2 loving parents. What else can you say? We knew this guy is amazing. It was great. Mason was appointed to the Reading Fire Department on October 25th of 2025. Now a well-seasoned smoke eater, Mason has learned his craft and is a proud graduate of the Massachusetts Firefighter Academy Career Recruit Program Class 335. and he was a rock star there, as I saw him every Tuesday as I was attending one of my own classes. Mason comes to us as an experienced paramedic and as well as a 5-year electrical apprentice. Those acquired skills will serve you well over your career. Now, Mason, I know you've heard it before, but that badge being pinned on your chest today, we got the hint. Wear it with pride, my friend. Mason's family, a little fun fact, also brought pizza to the North End, so I want to thank you for having to buy bigger pants. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, firefighter Mason Pazziali.
Next up, we also feel it's important to recognize members of the community that have given to the community, helped us give back to the community, and we just want to take some time tonight to recognize them. The Women's League of Reading is a volunteer-led nonprofit made up of 25 women committed to making a meaningful local impact. Through their fundraising efforts, generosity of the members, they direct thousands of dollars each year to families, students, and community organizations across Reading, ensuring support reaches those most in need. One of the programs that they have supported for years now is the Reading Police Department's RAD, Rape Regression Defense Women's Self-Defense Program. The Reading Police Department can offer this incredible, valuable program free of charge thanks to the generosity of the Women's League of Reading. On behalf of the Reading Police Department and the thousands of women who have benefited from this program, we thank you. Will the members of the Women's League of Reading's E-Board, Alyssa Spinelli and Elise Brocado, please join us on stage. Late in the night on March 3rd, 2022, Massachusetts State Trooper Tamara Bucci was attempting to assist a disabled motor vehicle when a patrol SUV was struck and she was killed by a tractor trailer. To honor Tamara's life, her family has established the Trooper Tamara Bucci Memorial Fund, a 501c organization with a mission to create opportunities that help children and young adults acquire the confidence needed to pursue their dreams. The Bucci family has been extremely generous in funding 2 of our programs: the Reading Police Department Youth Academy and the Backpack Program, providing backpacks of school supplies for Reading school children in need. Because of their generosity, both of these programs are fully funded, allowing us to offer all this free of charge. We sincerely thank you for all you've done in giving back in her name. Would the Bucci family please join us up on stage? There's a small group of town employees who we want to recognize right now. They work diligently at their jobs and seldom get recognized for their vital efforts. I use the term vital because if it weren't for them, when you call 911, we would not be able to respond. I'm talking about the mechanics that work for the Town of Reading Department of Public Works, These dedicated individuals help keep the fire trucks, ambulances, and police cars in tip-top shape, ensuring that the police and fire personnel are able to respond to you as quickly as possible. Without you, we would have a difficulty doing our jobs. So please, I would like everybody to join in thanking them for their hard work. We'd like to recognize DPW mechanics Michael Pontone, Justin Barrett, Eric Redard, and Bob DeMarco.
While we're shaking hands, we got not only a little gift for them, but a t-shirt. So on the front of the shirt, says DPW mechanic, on the back says, keeping the first responders responding.
And hold on, I can see Chris Cole, the DPW director. What was that, Chris? They're authorized to wear these t-shirts at work? Great, thank you, Chris. That's great, thank you. This next community award we'd like to give out was brought to our attention by our detectives unit. They've let us know that Assistant District Attorney David, I'm going to apologize if I butcher your last name, Yazanovsky? All right, got it, all right. Was nominated this award by the Reading Police Department's Detective Unit for his outstanding service and his continued professional legal assistance to our department, and more importantly, to our detective unit over the past 2 years. Working with the District Attorney's Office, working with the courts, is vital for us to make sure that the cases we get, the hard work that the officers do, the detectives do, is done properly and ensures we can get convictions we need to. ADA Yazanovsky maintains a strong partnership with the Reading Police Department, providing consistent, high-level legal expertise and guidance in complex investigations. He has worked closely with the Reading Police Department Detective Unit to support investigations and ensure legal compliance throughout case development, and continues to foster and strengthen relationships with the department. And he works hard with the department personnel to promote successful outcomes in prosecution and superior court cases. So we want to thank you for your hard work and your dedication. Your work and our work together, what gets the job done. So we'd like to thank you, and please come on up on stage. Thank you. We're now going to ask that Representative Brad Jones and Rich Haggerty please join us on stage.
Okay, finally I get to talk. I think that's the quietest I've been in my whole life. Now they gave me some space here. I get to present the Reading Police Department Officer of the Year. The Reading Police Department is made up of 46 outstanding police officers, and each year we have the honor of recognizing one officer who consistently goes above and beyond in the performance of their duties. This year, we're proud to present the Officer of the Year award to Officer Josh Gracielli. I will say Josh does not like recognition, so I had to buy him the Hannah Montana special Starbucks drink, like $14 just to get him to come tonight. So thank you, Josh. I'll get you one tomorrow, too, and then we're done. Officer Gracielli brings 13 years of law enforcement experience to the department. He began his career in Exeter, New Hampshire, and in 2013, he started there, before joining the Reading Police Department in 2018. Since then, he's become an invaluable member of our team. Josh serves on the department's motorcycle unit and is one of our primary field training officers, helping guide and mentor our newest officers. He has also played a critical role in the department's transition to a new software system that will support dispatching, report writing, and records management for years to come. One of Josh's greatest strengths is his ability and willingness to go the extra mile when investigating crimes and handling incidents of all kinds. He carries that same dedication into his role as a field training officer, teaching new officers the importance of thorough police work and ensuring every call is handled to the best of their abilities. Last August, while serving as an FTO, Officer Gracielli assisted one of our newer officers with an initial report from an elderly disabled resident who a serious assault by a home health aide. Calls like this require compassion, patience, and professionalism, qualities that are not always taught in the police academy, but Josh could teach it to his new officer. Josh demonstrated all of these qualities while guiding the new officer through the investigation and ensuring the resident and his family felt comfortable, supported, and heard through the process. Officer Graciali's professionalism and leadership are evident every day. Earlier this year, while working an evening shift, all available units were responding to a violent fight in progress at one of our restaurants. Josh arrived first and was immediately faced with the dangerous task of separating two men in a physical altercation, one of whom looked like they played on the defensive line for the Pats. Despite the vitality of the situation, Josh successfully de-escalated the incident without the use of force and began restoring order before additional officers arrived. If you ask any supervisor or patrol officer who works alongside with Officer Graciali, you will hear the same thing. Josh performs at a high level every single shift, regardless of the complexity or intensity of the situation. He brings a calm, professional demeanor to every call of service. Over the past year, he has handled hundreds of calls while working the day shift and has never been rattled by the demanding workload. His supervisor, Sergeant Woodward, told me he puts it best. Josh is your favorite police officer's favorite police officer. For these reasons and many more, we recognize Officer Graciali as our Officer of the Year. Come on up, Josh.
So each year, the Firefighter of the Year award gives us the opportunity to recognize one of our own. What makes this award especially meaningful is it is voted on by the members themselves. It is not chosen by one person or by a committee. It's chosen by peers, by the people who work alongside this individual, who see the effort, the attitude, the dedication, and the impact firsthand. This year, the members have voted Adam O'Doherty as the 2025 Firefighter of the Year. Now, Adam is known to many as a union president, but his impact reaches far beyond that title. He has spent countless hours working for the good of the department and the membership. He has been a strong communicator with the chiefs, a steady advocate for his peers, and someone who continues to give his time and energy even when off duty. When members are asked why Adam deserved this award, their answers said a lot about who he is and what he means to the department. One person recognized him for the hard work he does for the department. Another said, always doing his best without extra pay to further advance the goals of both the department and the union. That statement says a great deal. Adam's work is not always easy, and it's not always visible. Much of it happens behind the scenes, in meetings, in conversations, in problem solving, and in trying to move things forward in a positive direction. Another member noted that Adam is constantly meeting with the higher-ups to ensure a smooth transition with the changing of leadership and progression of the department. During a time of change, communication matters, trust matters, stability matters. Adam has played an important role in helping maintain those things. His peers also recognize him for his continued work to make the RFD a better place even on his days off. That is the kind of dedication that stands out. Adam does not limit his commitment to the hours he is on shift. He gives his personal time to help make things better for others. Another member said he's gone above and beyond in his time as union president during some big changes in the department and handled it all with grace and diligence. Being a strong leader is not always easy. It often means taking on difficult conversations, carrying stress that others may not see, and continuing to show up for people even when the work is challenging. And Adam has done that consistently. One member even described Adam as the department's emotional punching bag. While that may get a laugh, there is some truth behind it. Adam often finds himself in the middle of tough situations, listening to concerns, absorbing frustrations, and still working to find a productive path forward. Adam, your peers see the work you put in. They see the time, the effort, the patience, and the dedication. They see the way you advocate, communicate, and continue to show up for others. I hope they realize how lucky they are to have you. For your leadership, your commitment, your hard work, and your dedication to making the RFD a better place, we are proud to present you with the 2025 Firefighter of the Year Award. Adam O'Doherty, everybody.
There are many important roles within the police department, and police officers are only one part of the team. We are also supported by dedicated dispatchers, a coalition staff, and administrative personnel. Without these outstanding individuals, we could not successfully serve our community. Each year, it is our privilege to recognize one deserving employee with the Employee of the Year Award. This year, that honor is awarded to dispatcher Brad Mickle in recognition of his exceptional performance, leadership, and dedication to the town of Reading over the past year. The role of a public safety dispatcher is both critical and highly demanding, requiring professionalism, composure, and commitment every day. This year, Brad stepped into the role of training officer and has truly excelled in that responsibility. He has taken on the challenge of training new dispatchers with professionalism, patience, and a genuine commitment to their success. Brad consistently makes himself available to answer questions, provide guidance, and support trainees as they develop the skills necessary to perform effectively under pressure. In addition to his training responsibilities, Brad has played a significant role in the development and testing of our new and upcoming computer system. His willingness to learn, test, and provide thoughtful feedback has been invaluable in ensuring the system meets the needs of both the departments and the dispatch center while improving overall operations. Brad has also demonstrated exceptional dedication during critical incidents. He was an active participant during several major events, including a fatal motorcycle vehicle accident, a barricaded subject incident, and even responded while off duty to assist during a hectic fire call. His readiness to step up and support the team during high-stress situations exemplifies his commitment to public safety and our teamwork. Beyond his assigned duties, Brad is always looking for new ways to improve the dispatch center. He regularly offers thoughtful suggestions to enhance the workflow and identifies opportunities to strengthen our daily operation. He has a positive attitude, strong work ethic, and commitment to continuous improvement that have made a meaningful impact on his team. Brad consistently demonstrates his professionalism, teamwork, and a genuine commitment to our town. His contributions over the past year have gone above and beyond our expectations, making him truly deserving of the Employee of the Year Award. Before I call up Brad, I would like to invite Representative Brad Jones and Rich Haggerty to present a citation also to you, Brad.
You're going to read it. Brad. Yep. Yeah.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here and to be joined by my colleague, Representative Brad Jones, up Representative Rich Haggerty, and we have a citation this evening from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to dispatcher Brad Mickle in recognition of being named the 2026 Reading Police Dispatcher of the Year. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this, the 18th day of May, 2026, at the State House, Boston, Massachusetts, signed by the Speaker of the House, Ron Mariano, signed by State Representative Brad Jones, and signed by myself, very proudly, Representative Rich Haggerty. Congratulations.
The Chief and I like to recognize one person who we believe exemplifies what an unsung hero is. In the past year, we have renamed our unsung heroes, you know, last year, to the David Savio Unsung Hero Award. This year, Sergeant Ian Nelson was nominated and selected for this award in recognition of his exceptional dedication, leadership, and impact on his department as both a firearms instructor and night shift supervisor. He has proudly served this department for more than 20 years, and throughout his career, he's consistently led by example as a field training officer, RAD instructor, and firearms instructor. Training others truly defines Sergeant Nelson. Whatever he sets his mind to, he first works to master himself so he can effectively teach and mentor others. He strongly believes in training because in this profession, it can truly save lives. He is deeply committed to ensuring every officer is prepared to handle any call and return home safely at the end of every shift. Currently serving as the night shift supervisor, Sergeant Nelson provides steady, dependable leadership, along with a wealth of knowledge and experience to the officers under his command. His calm demeanor under pressure instills confidence in both officers and his fellow supervisors, knowing he can handle any call or critical incident. Officers working under Sergeant Nelson know they can rely on him for guidance, support, and accountability. He leads by example, setting a standard of professionalism, teamwork, and dedication that strengthens our entire shift. What truly makes Sergeant Nelson an unsung hero is his humility. He does not seek praise or recognition. He simply comes to work every day ready to serve both the department and the community. Many of his contributions happen quietly behind the scenes, yet they are essential to training, safety, and effectiveness of the officers he mentors. Looking up at the stage and seeing two very successful Nelson brothers, one over there, one over here, it's clear they were raised with a strong commitment to giving back to their community and striving for excellence. I know your father, a former police officer himself, along with Officer Dave Savio, are both looking down upon you proudly today. For his unwavering commitment, quiet leadership, and lasting positive impact on this department, Sergeant Nelson is exceptionally deserving of the 2025 David Savio Unsung Hero Award. I would also like to invite up again Representative Rich Haggerty and Brad Jones.
Thank you. Come on up. It is again our pleasure to be able to present you with the citation from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Sergeant Ian Nelson in recognition of receiving the 2026 Officer David Savio Unsung Hero Award. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope of future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this, the 18th day of May, 2026 at the State House, Boston, Massachusetts, signed by the Speaker of the House, Ron Mariano, signed very proudly by Representative Brad Jones, and very proudly by myself, Representative Rich Haggerty. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
We have one award that is not listed on the program for a very special reason, because he has no idea he's getting it tonight. He has been up here presenting awards for years to the police and fire departments. He has served decades-long service to the town of Reading, in particular public safety. He's been a strong advocate for public safety, getting us what we need, grants, equipment, anything he can, helping with funding, and also supporting the town at the same time. We were very saddened to hear that he was not running for re-election. And we just wanted to say, Brad, as a good friend and as a chief of police, you've been nothing but supportive of everything the police department, the town of Reading, the fire department. There's some public safety. I just want to say thank you for your decades-long service to us.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Me again. It's short, I promise. It is my honor to call forward Captain Daniel Pouliot, who tonight marks a remarkable milestone. 20 years of dedicated service to the town of Reading and the Reading Fire Department. Over the past 2 decades, Dan has served this department through service as a firefighter paramedic. He has responded to countless number of calls, stood alongside fellow firefighters in the most challenging moments, and helped shape the culture of this department. Dan did have a small stint as a snowbird, though, when he left us to seek big city life in sunny state of Arizona. But he came back here in the Northeast. Dan has since worked diligently to attain the rank of lieutenant in April of 2020, where he learned to manage the day-to-day challenges of running a group. Through hard work of March 2021, Dan was promoted to the rank of captain and now runs Group 1, leading with the mantra, Battle Ready. Dan is known for keeping his members sharp through consistent practice and his unwavering commitment to training. Over his 20-year career, he has served on a number of committees, notably the Ambulance Procurement Committee, the Simulation Mannequin Program, Preceptor Program Development Group. Dan exemplifies what it means to serve. In recognition of 20 years of honorable and dedicated service to the Reading Fire Department and the citizens of Reading, Massachusetts, your commitment, courage, and professionalism have made a lasting difference. Presented with gratitude and respect, congratulations, Captain Daniel Pouliot. Yep. It is also my honor to call forward Lieutenant Derek Loftus, who tonight also marks a remarkable milestone. 25 years of dedicated service to the town of Reading and the Reading Fire Department. 25 years of showing up, suiting up, and giving everything you got to this community, Derek. Now, 25 years is a long time. To put it in perspective, some of the newer guys on this crew weren't even born yet. In fact, Derek was so young when he came here, he didn't even know how to peel potatoes. There's a story. Yep. What Derek has given this department goes far beyond the calls answered and the fires fought. It is the steadiness he brings to every single shift. It is the way he mentors younger firefighters. It's knowing that when things get hard, and in this job they do, Derek is exactly the kind of person you want standing next to you. Through hard work and dedication, Derek persevered and obtained the rank of lieutenant. Derek leads our EMS division and oversees adherence to state, federal, and local regulatory agencies. Derek has volunteered on numerous committees and boards, always looking out for the best interest of our members. In recognition of 25 years of honorable and dedicated service to the Reading Fire Department and the citizens of Reading, your commitment, courage, and professionalism have made a lasting difference, Derek. Presented tonight with gratitude and respect. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
I'll just stay up here. Yeah, I might as well stay up here. Yeah. All right, he's not leaving the stage, so we're going to keep going. He got a presentation to come. All right, so next, Lieutenant Dana Blue. 25 years. Again, Dana, where are you, Dana? Yeah. Hi, Dana. 25 years represents a career of dedication, sacrifice, and commitment to others. Dana has served the town of Reading with professionalism, pride, and a willingness to step up when needed. That service is a proud family legacy. Dana is the third Blue to serve Reading as a firefighter, following his father, Steve Blue, who retired as a captain, and his brother, David Blue, who retired as a lieutenant. Throughout his career, Dana has made a real impact both on emergency calls and behind the scenes. In 2024, he received the EMS Award for helping save the life of a man who went into cardiac arrest while alone in a local commercial occupancy. In 2019, while off duty, Dana ran from his home to a neighbor's house fire and attempted to rescue the pets inside without his protective gear. Unfortunately, the fire was too severe to enter. His instinct to help says everything about his character, though. Dana has also given countless hours to projects that benefit the department, from building out a tech rescue trailer, helping with equipment repairs, mounting radio chargers, fixing the gear extractor, repairing the safe trailer, and both designing and leading the building of the shelter over the grilling area at headquarters. You've been busy. Whew. He has also volunteered his time to make our open houses special to the citizens of Reading. Those may not be all the moments that make the headlines, but they are the kind of contributions that make a department stronger and maybe most importantly, better for everyone who works here. Dana, thank you for 25 years of service, leadership, and dedication to the department and the community. Dana Blue, Lieutenant Dana Blue. Next, Captain Paul Dalton for 25 years of service. Captain Dalton began his career at the Winchester Fire Department, but fortunately he realized the error of his way and came home to Reading. Since then, he has served the department and the community with dedication, professionalism, and pride. Over the course of 25 years, Paul has had a direct and lasting impact on the lives of others. In 2024, he received the EMS Award for helping save the life of a 57-year-old man who went into cardiac arrest. He was part of a crew that saved the life of a 28-year-old pregnant woman who suffered sudden cardiac arrest. She made a full recovery and later gave birth to a healthy daughter. In 2021, Captain Dalton and his group was recognized by the State Fire Marshal for their actions during a fire on High Street where their efforts helped to save a life. But Paul's service extends beyond emergency response. As the Senior Safe Coordinator, he continues to strengthen fire and life safety education in our community. He's also helped to organize and design important department training, including electric utility safety, handling mercury spills, and Mass DOT roadway safety training, just to name a few. Those contributions reflect the mark of a leader, someone who responds when needed, prepares others to do the job safely, and invests in the future of the department. Captain Dalton, thank you for your 25 years of service, leadership, and commitment to the town of Reading and to the fire service. The last service award of the evening. Captain Garrett Antinovica. Garrett began his firefighting career with the Leicester, how do you say that? Leicester Fire Department. No, don't ask me where that is. Nobody knows. But somewhere along the way, he found his way here to the Reading Fire Department and has been better for it. The fire department has been better for it. Over the past 25 years, Captain Antinovica has made a lasting impact in the department. He was a major part of the design and delivery of our active shooter program, helping develop procedures, select equipment, provide training, and design and execute large-scale exercises. That work made our members and our community a better place and better prepared. Garrett has also served as EMS liaison and is a graduate of the National Fire Academy's Managing Officer Program. This is a program that requires a 2-year commitment and multiple weeks of study at the Emmitsburg, Maryland campus. Beyond the formal titles and programs, Garrett has always been someone who improves the department in practical ways. He has helped set up and maintain several software programs that support our mission on a daily basis. He can be found tinkering around the station, repairing equipment, improving access to the equipment, extending his useful life, and making sure that we are better prepared for the next call. That's the kind of service that matters. It's leadership through action, problem solving, and consistent attention to the little things that help the whole department function better. Captain Antinovica, thank you for your 25 years of service, innovation, dedication, and commitment to the fire service and to the department. All right, next I'm going to call up our EMS coordinator, Lieutenant Loftus, to handle a couple EMS awards.
On an afternoon in October, Medic 1 was dispatched mutual aid to a skilled nursing facility located in the community next to Reading for a male patient in cardiac arrest. The incident began while the patient was eating lunch and complained of not feeling well. Shortly afterward, he became unresponsive in front of facility staff. Staff assessed the patient, found him to be pulseless, and immediately began CPR. In an effort to restore circulation to his vital organs, screwed that one up. That's one. Facility staff also applied an in-house AED and delivered 1 defibrillation. The local fire department arrived and confirmed that the patient remained pulseless. Fire personnel continued high-quality CPR, placed a BLS airway, and delivered 4 additional defibrillations using their AED. Upon Reading Medic 1's arrival, the crew assumed patient care and confirmed that the patient remained pulseless and not breathing. They applied their cardiac monitor and identified ventricular fibrillation, a dangerous heart rhythm. A manual defibrillation was performed and the crews resumed CPR. An IV was then established for medication administration. The patient's heart rhythm was reassessed and another manual defibrillation was delivered. The patient received medication through an IV to assist in chemically converting the arrhythmia to a perfusing rhythm. After a total of 7 defibrillations, the crew found an organized rhythm with a weak pulse. While the crew worked to stabilize the patient, he became pulseless again and CPR was immediately resumed. Medic 1 then administered multiple medications to help treat that lethal arrhythmia, and soon after, the crew found that the patient had an organized rhythm, with corresponding pulses. During transport to the hospital, the patient began breathing on his own, but remained unresponsive. Because he was so unstable, the Medic 1 crew decided to use a tube to help the patient breathe. During the attempt, the patient began biting down on the intubation blade, so the crew quickly recognized that this was a problem and elected to secure the airway with a different type of device. The procedure was successful, and they were able to support the patient's breathing. The receiving hospital was notified of the severity of the patient's condition, and Medic 1 provided an estimated time of arrival. While en route, the patient maintained a weak pulse, but required an additional medication to help stabilize his blood pressure. The crew initiated norepinephrine to improve perfusion and support the patient's overall condition. For 57 minutes, the Medic 1 crew worked tirelessly to restore a stable heartbeat to a patient who, upon their arrival at the bedside, had no pulse, was not breathing. Due to their skill, persistence, and ability to manage a critically ill patient, the patient arrived at the emergency department with a heartbeat, a secured airway, and a blood pressure that was sufficient to support oxygen delivery to his major organs. Tonight, we proudly recognize Adam O'Doherty and Carl Granoth for their calm leadership, advanced skills, teamwork, and dedication to giving every patient the best possible care. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do. One evening in January, Reading Medic 1 was called to a local skilled nursing facility for a patient who was having severe trouble breathing. When the crew arrived, they found a 63-year-old man lying in bed, unconscious and unable to protect his own airway. Staff reported that when they entered the room to give him his medications, they found that he had vomited and may have at some point had a seizure. Unfortunately, there was very little additional information that was available to the crews about what had happened before the crew arrived on scene. Even with the limited information, Medic 1 immediately went to work. While one crew member continued asking questions and trying to gather information and the history as best as they could, the others began assessing the patient. They checked his vital signs, they placed him on a heart monitor, and quickly discovered that his oxygen level was dangerously low. They worked to clear his airway, give him high-flow oxygen, and started an IV so medications and fluids could be given. Despite these efforts, the patient's condition did not improve. The crew recognized that he needed a breathing tube to help get oxygen into his lungs and protect him from having anything else enter into his airway. As they prepared to place the tube, they faced an unexpected challenge. The patient's jaw became tightly clenched, making the usual method impossible. At that point, the crew had to make a decision under pressure. They performed a nasal intubation, which means that they placed a smaller breathing tube through the patient's nose and down into his airway. This is a highly challenging skill, especially because it is done without being able to directly see the airway the way providers normally would perform this skill. The crew completed the procedure successfully and confirmed that the tube is in the correct place. Because of their actions, the patient's airway was now secured. He can now receive the oxygen that he desperately needed, and his lungs were better protected. But the crew's work did not stop there. A breathing tube can be very uncomfortable for a patient, and the crew wanted to provide some pain relief and also sedation as soon as it was safe to do so. However, the patient's blood pressure was dangerously low, and giving sedating medications too early could have made the blood pressure drop even further. The crew began giving some IV fluids, but they also recognized that the fluids alone would not be enough. They started a medication to help raise and support his blood pressure. After a few minutes, the patient's blood pressure improved to a safer level. Only then were they able to provide an additional pain control and sedation, allowing the patient to be more comfortable and allowing the crew to better manage his breathing. On the way to the emergency department, Medic 1 gave the hospital a detailed report. They explained not only that the patient was in respiratory failure, but also that he had appeared to be suffering from sepsis, a serious and life-threatening infection that can infect the entire body. Because the crew recognized this concern early, the hospital was better prepared to continue the urgent care that he needed. In total, Medic 1 spent 63 minutes caring for this patient. During that time, they performed advanced procedures, made critical decisions, adapted when the situation changed, and provided calm, skilled care during a high-pressure emergency. For their professionalism, clinical work, teamwork, and dedication to patient care, we are proud to recognize Evan Lorth, Mark Kendi Vernette, Dave Ferreira, and Jake Giovanni tonight.
At approximately 17:30 hours on January 21st, Box 172 was transmitted from multiple calls of reported house fire, stating heavy fire was showing from both floors of the home. Prior to getting on scene, the shift commander, Captain Scott Mayette, called for a working fire assignment, upgrading the response to include an additional engine from Stoneham. Upon arrival of Engine 3, under the command of Lieutenant Ballou, he reported heavy fire conditions. As the lieutenant conducted his scene size-up, he discovered a burn victim who was attempting to control the fire at his home. The fire was quickly upgraded to a second alarm, while companies were split between attending to the burn victim and the evolving fire scene. Our crews were met with numerous challenges from the frigid temperatures, frozen rain, then snow, as well as hoarding conditions, which made search and firefighting operations incredibly difficult at best. The fire was deep-seated and into the structure itself, burning into all the accumulated items in the dwelling. Adding to the complexity and the chaos of the scene, a mutual aid firefighter was injured during the poor weather conditions. A third alarm was struck to bring even more resources to the scene. This incident evolved into a long-duration event with multiple hazards on scene, ultimately having to evacuate the structure and perform defensive firefighting operations as the roof and sidewalls were becoming unstable, eventually collapsing downward into the building. Despite all the challenges, members of Group 4, under the command of Captain Scott Mayette and Lieutenant Dana Ballou, performed admirably and with steadfast resolve. They quickly identified and initiated advanced care to a burn patient while managing a significant fire event. They worked through adverse conditions as a cohesive unit, bringing a dangerous situation to a stable close. Therefore, it is with great pride that we recognize these valiant efforts and award the following members with this unit citation. Captain Scott Mayette, Incident Commander. Lieutenant Dana Ballou, Engine Company 3, Alpha. Firefighter Paul Jude Demaconio. Firefighter James Kelly. Firefighter Maxwell Madden. Firefighter William Madden. Firefighter Antidio Vargas. Firefighter Eric Bagby. Firefighter Adam O'Doherty. Firefighter Lindsay Gartner. Come on up.
Come on, somebody come back.
Congratulations. Oh, geez, you're getting everything. I know. Oh, you're all dressed up. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hi, congrats. Oh, congratulations. Great job, great job. Under the police department, we actually oversee the crossing guard program. And Officer Michael Scouten, he oversees the crossing guards and he is their supervisor. Tonight, we want to take a moment to recognize a group of individuals who are an essential part of our school community and our police department. These crossing guards that we're going to call up tonight have been here over 15 years. Each one, you'll see how long some of them have been here, Dina. Every day, every school day, in all kinds of weather, they are out there early in the morning and again in the afternoon, helping ensure the safety of our children, families, and staff. While many people may only see them for a few moments each day, their impact is felt far beyond the crosswalk. They provide safety, consistency, kindness, and reassurance to so many students and parents throughout the school year. Being a crossing guard is not always easy. It takes patience, dedication, attentiveness, and a genuine commitment to the community. Our crossing guards take pride in what they do, and their years of service reflect that commitment. They build relationships with students and families and often become familiar, trusted faces in our neighborhoods and our school community. Tonight, we are proud to recognize and honor them for their hard work, dedication, and years of service. On behalf of the police department and the entire community, thank you for all you do and the care you show our children every single day. So I'm going to call up, we have 5 crossing guards today that we're going to address if you want to come up. Tina Lance has given 33 years of service. Come on up, Tina. Santina. Cindy Ashley has given 30 years of service. Richard Prudenti, 18 years of service. Come on. Rosemary Violante, 18 years of service. And Ann Lipschus, 16 years of service.
All right, tonight we recognize 3 firefighters for I sound like Derek. Meritorious actions. Firefighter Joe Wilson, firefighter Doug Couteau, and firefighter Chris Smith. When we think about meritorious actions in the fire service, we often picture the large, dramatic moments, the fire attack, the rescue from the window, a life saved in the most visible and urgent way. Those moments matter, and they deserve recognition, but tonight reminds us of something equally important. Not every meaningful action is big, loud, or seen by many. Sometimes the action worthy of recognition is walking into a place that no one else wants to be. On January 8th, 2025, firefighters Wilson, Couteau, and Smith were tasked with entering a residence for a welfare check. The conditions inside were severe. The home presented extreme hoarding conditions, unsanitary conditions throughout, dead rodents, and containers that appeared to contain fecal matter. It was the kind of environment most people would instinctively avoid, but these 3 firefighters did not hesitate. They entered, located the resident, and focused on his well-being. What stands out most is not only that they went in, but how they went in. They did not rush, they did not complain, they did not allow the environment to distract them from the person who needed help. Their concern remained on the resident and on performing a thorough check. They treated him with respect, dignity, and decency during the extrication and transport for further care. That is character. Character is revealed when the job is uncomfortable. Character is revealed when the conditions are difficult, unpleasant, or unseen by the public. Character is revealed when no one would blame you for wanting to get out quickly, but you stay because the person in front of you deserves your full attention. Firefighter Wilson, Firefighter Cateau, and Firefighter Smith demonstrated the best of this profession. They showed that service is not only about bravery in the obvious moments, but it's about professionalism in the quiet moments. It is about compassion when the situation is difficult, and it is about doing the job the right way without hesitation and without complaint. Their actions also reflected the larger mission of public safety, treating every resident with dignity, regardless of conditions, circumstances, or challenges involved. They reminded us that every call matters because every person matters. Tonight, we're proud to present Meritorious Action Awards to Firefighter Joe Wilson, Firefighter Doug Cateau, and Firefighter Chris Smith.
As we celebrate the 52nd recognition of EMS Week, this one is kind of fitting. So thank you to all the EMS professionals that out there are doing this every day. I've had 2 questions asked of me recently. The first being, do firefighters ever not work? And the second question being, why is it that firefighters are respected so much? Well, the first question, it seems as if, no, we're never not working, especially on the weekends. We always seem to be there. We're always on the job in some aspect, some capacity, some level. The second question, I'm a bit biased on. I believe that firefighters are respected for many compelling reasons. First, they run towards danger, not away from it. Firefighters save lives. They save property. Firefighters serve the community selflessly. They face real physical danger as well as emotional trauma. They are highly trained professionals who maintain their readiness at all times. Firefighters have a strong culture of brotherhood, sisterhood, and the right of wrong. They are often volunteers who are embedded into the communities they serve, and they are often the people that get called when others don't know who else to call or what else to do. So what happens then when firefighters do something heroic and they're not working? Well, when this happens, they are often praised. Praised for several reasons. As for one, it shows their heroism is genuine and not just the job, but rather they applied their training instinctively. Most importantly, it is that they had a choice and they chose to act. Tonight I get to tell a story of one of our own. He's going to hate this, every bit of it. But while coaching his son's hockey game at Hockeytown, USA, the rink in Saugus, firefighter-paramedic David Ferreira was on the bench when he realized he was being called to act. A parent, a member of the team, had collapsed in the stands. Bystanders had begun to administer first aid, and knowing that Dave was a paramedic, they called for his help. Quickly assessing the situation, Dave took control of the scene, directed life-saving actions to be put into operations, including sending for the AED unit, notifying 911 to respond. Utilizing the team of people around him, many being trained nurses, David orchestrated resuscitation efforts while emergency responders were being dispatched. Through the efforts of this coordinated delivery of care, the patient had responded well to the defibrillations and the high-quality CPR being performed. We're very pleased to report that through this team effort, which included David's wife Elizabeth, who by the way is an accomplished registered nurse herself, the patient has made a complete recovery. Essentially, taking actions off duty strips away every external reason to be brave and leaves only one explanation. They genuinely care about others. That is why Dave's actions carried and earned such deep and sincere praise. Dave, we are proud of you. Elizabeth, we are proud of you. You represented our department and this profession well. Therefore, we are pleased to present to you an award of distinguished action. Congratulations.
Good evening. As the director of the coalition, this is one of my favorite parts of my job, to honor the young people that we work with and also to recognize the adults that support them. So with me on stage, I have Jasenia Cruz, our outreach coordinator, Michelle Hopkinson, our club advisor for the Rocket Leaders in Action, and school resource officer Michael Davis. These adults really bring a lot to the work that we have with young people. They are the ones that are at the school day to day, leading meetings, supporting young people when they need someone to talk to. So what I want to say tonight is thank you to all of our adults that do all the behind the scenes. And I also want to say to the parents here tonight, thank you. As we honor your children, I hope you know how much they have contributed to our lives and so much to this community. This year, we are proud to honor 3 graduating seniors and for the first time, a rising junior. So I'm going to ask our young people to just come up over here, and then we will acknowledge you one by one. All right. So the coalition has been part of the Reading Memorial High School internship program for the last 3 years. And this year, we interviewed 11 young people. And we were so impressed by the candidates, we chose 2 unique and special young people. Over the last 6 weeks, these young people have been part of the coalition on a day-to-day basis. They have worked with our staff, they have interviewed police officers, gone on ride-alongs, learned about dispatch, observed classes, and created their own projects. And I can say that our future is in good hands. First, I'd like to recognize Desmond Lethen and Allison Schindelman as outstanding youth leaders for their dedicated volunteer service as coalition interns. They have made a meaningful and lasting impact through their work. So proud of you. So as our young people get their awards, Officer Davis will be providing them with their leadership medals. Michelle Hopkinson will be providing them with their leadership award, and Jasenia Cruz will be providing them with their certificates. Next, I would like to acknowledge a graduating senior, Jack Murphy, who has been a leader in our Rocket Leaders in Action program, a partnership between the high school and the Reading Police Department. Jack, as you go off into your next chapter, we want to thank you for your volunteer participation in the Rocket Leaders and for leaving a legacy behind you. We welcome Jack to accept his award. Oh. Jack is busy, you know, end of the year stuff. Track he's running. As I said, this year we recognize a younger student for the first time. We have been so impressed by the outstanding leadership and service for the next young person that I want to acknowledge. For the first time, we are honoring our peer leader of the year, Declan Grant, a rising junior who has really distinguished himself through dedication, service, and strong leadership. He represents such a bright future for both our community and the young people that he, as a peer leader, has really involved, engaged, and brought our club to a whole new level. So we want to thank Declan. Rising junior, no? Good job. Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone.
All right, everybody take a deep breath. You survived the marathon. We just had so many good things happening. This ended up being a long one. Congratulations all. You all earned it. And if you weren't recognized, you still did great things this year. I wish everybody the best. Take care. Be safe. Enjoy your family.